So we always start with intention and then posture, and when we get to stage 3, we'll add another one. So for now, there are two things we start with. We're setting the intention. And the intention has two important parts. We've been focusing on one. I'd like to add the second one today. So the one we've been focusing on is, it's like we're using the driving metaphor, and you get in the car and you're driving down the road and you know where the road goes. So intention is choosing where you're going. Where does this road go? When I drive out of my house and I get to the crossroads about a kilometer away, one way leads to Halifax and the other leads to the small town where I usually go to shop. And it's a choice because it would be a big circle to go all the way around. Right? So do I go left or do I go right? When you're sitting to meditate, there's a choice. There are thousands of meditation practices, and some of them generate compassion, tender heart. That's a choice. Some of them generate really sharp intelligence. That's another choice. And this one, calm abiding, goes for focused, attentive presence. Focused, attentive presence. It'll produce calm along the way, but we're not stopping at calm. We're going for focused, attentive presence. So that's where the road goes. So that's the first part of intention. So it's always good to remember, because then you know what you're doing, where you're going. The second part of setting the intention, and this I intend this to be humorous. Sometimes I go, did they get the humor in it, right? Like you sit in your car and you turn it on and you're looking at the road. You have to put the car in drive. You have to actually go somewhere for it to work. Otherwise, you're sitting in a wonderful lawn ornament. It's, if you don't put it in drive and decide to go somewhere, it doesn't work. I was teaching a meditation program in Vancouver. I was teaching these 4 stages in Vancouver recently. And towards the end, it was every day we did a stage, and we practiced for 3 or 4 hours together that stage. So roughly we would do a week's worth of practice in a day. And at the end of day 4 or 5, this person told me, well, I haven't been doing what you say. And I was like, no. They were just sort of sitting in the car, waiting for something to happen. And I don't know about you, but I cannot remember the last time I just got in my car and sat there, other than I'm waiting for somebody and I'm in the parking lot waiting. But if I want to go somewhere, I turn it on, decide where I'm going, put it in drive. So your meditation practice is a lot like that. And it's in terms of intention, you know where you're going, and then you decide to do the practice. And in this case, the practice is we're driving down the road of rising breath, falling breath, body, in between breaths, body, and noticing, stage 1, noticing when attention wavers and steering back. So noticing and steering back, that's the practice. Right? So I'd invite you to set the intention. We know where we're going, and we're deciding to actually do that. And then we establish the posture. So a good upright, awake posture. So a good solid seat, a nice upright back. You can sit up from where your belt crosses your backbone. You can lift from the center of your chest. I love this one that a yoga teacher taught me in Vancouver. It's as if you were gently being lifted by the tips of your ears. That generally lifts, like it lengthens your spine, and your chin will come in just a little bit. Right, which brings your head over your shoulders. Your shoulders are nice and relaxed. They're not too far forward. They're not too far back. Right, they're not slumpy. Right, they're sort of just nice, relaxed shoulders. So good seat, upright back, legs crossed. Head uplifted and chin in. Right, hands at rest. Tongue touching the roof of your mouth behind your upper teeth. And then you decide which of the 3 eye positions you're going to work with. Eyes closed, eyes open, or the light under the door. Here's a thought. And they're all good, right? It's good to be able to do them all. But whichever one you're comfortable with today, please choose that. If you leave your eyes open, you are open to whatever is happening in front of you and around you to help you stay awake. You will receive the visual input, the stimulus of whatever's in front of you. For me, when I close my eyes, my attention naturally goes inward. And so you're not seeing the visual stimuli. You might have more of a sense of hearing or a sense of touch or taste. Your attention goes inward. You can practice either way, outward or inward. I find when I close my eyes, I fall asleep. And so that's where I found it really helpful. And I learned this in Zen training, the light under the doorways. They probably have a fancy Japanese name for that, but it's just your eyes are open just enough to let a little bit of light in. And I find that helps keep me awake. So when I'm doing this practice, that's the one I use most often, except when I'm teaching, then I keep my eyes open. So good posture, upright, awake. Feel it from inside. This is all about experience. We're not watching ourselves as if I'm out here looking at myself sit upright. Right? I'm like trying to experience it from inside my body. So where do I feel the muscles being strong? Maybe I feel someplace where they're tight. Maybe there's something else in my body that's calling out for attention. I'm just letting myself experience the posture from inside. It's upright, awake, I hope cheerful, right? Nothing sad about the posture. And this is the designer posture. You do as good as you can. If you can't do this because of a back problem or a knee problem or whatever other physical limits you have, then please adjust the posture to work with your body. So you're doing as good as you can, to be upright and awake. We've described this as the ready state. Like when we were kids and you were doing a race and the person with the starter signal is like, on your marks, get ready. And there's this like, just a little bit tense, not too tight, or you'll start behind everybody else, but not completely relaxed, or you also won't start on time. So it's like just a sort of a dynamic tension, the ready posture. So having said that, we can bring our attention to the breath coming in. We put the car in gear. Bring our attention to the breath coming in, the breath going out, and in between breaths, body. Now, using the driving metaphor, we're driving down the road of the three-pointed object, breath coming in, breath going out, body. It's the object of our attention. It's what our attention is pointed at. No one drives in a straight line, completely straight line. It's actually impossible. So when your attention wavers, just like in a car, you would steer back, you'd micro-correct to the center of your lane. This way, you're noticing that your attention drifted and you're steering back to breath coming in, breath going out, body. If you noticed as the breath is going out, that's where you correct, and you come back to breath going out. Or if you notice with breath coming in, you come back to breath coming in. If you notice at body, you come back to body. So eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. We're driving down the road of paying attention to rising breath, falling breath, body, being in those experiences. When your attention wavers, you notice. Stage one is about noticing and then using the steering wheel of attention to steer back. Noticing, steering back. Each time you notice, you strengthen the ability of your mind to tell the difference between attention and distraction, and you also strengthen your ability to stay with the object that you're paying attention to. Each time you return, you strengthen that. Good to check your posture, good upright awake posture, still in the ready state. Mind and body are intimately connected, so if you take the ready state posture, your mind will want to follow. Eyes on the road, rising breath, falling breath, in between breaths body, hands on the steering wheel of attention, noticing and returning. This is directed practice. We're practicing the skill of noticing and steering back. noticing when attention has drifted and steering back. You could also do a very quick check-in with your own weather. What's it feel like to be doing this right now? Does it feel easy? Does it feel hard? Does it feel pleasant? It's just a quick check. Allow the sound of the bell to call your awareness back from the space of calm abiding to how you normally hold your attention. Look around, trigger the reorienting reflex. I want to say just a very quick thing about the check-in that we did at the very end, and then open the Zoom room for open discussion. This is a practice of focused, attentive presence. And many people practice, but they're driving down a different road. It's sort of like they want to go to not feeling present. And so the check-in was like just coming present, right? Like, what's it feel like to be doing this? And it feels like however it feels for you. There's no right answer. There are 2 or 3 wrong answers. So just in the interest of saving some effort, if you think it should be easy, like eating a marshmallow or just collapsed and watching the next Netflix thing that you're going to watch or whatever, right? It's not quite like that. Then there'll be people who say, well, meditation should be effortless. Well, this one is more like the ready state. It has a dynamic tension. It's not too tight, not too much effort, but it's not without putting energy in. So there's that, right? It's not effortless, easy in that sense. But it's also not so hard as it should be painful. And so often, as a meditation teacher, I've had people go, it's hard. And I go, well, can you watch Netflix? If you can watch a movie or a video on YouTube or whatever it is, you can hold your attention for 5 minutes or 10 minutes on that, or an hour or however long. Well, then you can do this. It's not so hard. Right? But we tell ourselves it should be hard because it's important or it's spiritual or it's different. Right? So we're training ourselves to hold our attention on an object, and we swim in an ocean of distraction. So our sort of the way our society and our culture is right now, it like takes your attention everywhere. And so it feels very different to go, I'm just going to put it here, right? But then I can rest it, right? So it's not so easy as to be without any exertion, and it's not so hard that it should feel painful. It's somewhere in the sweet middle. So having said that, I'm going to remove the pin, and maybe that will provoke a discussion, or I'd love to hear any experiences or questions you might have. Bob, you're going off mute.
Yeah. Listen.
Did that indicate a question, Bob, or?
No, not right now. There's things in my head, but yeah, I got to clarify them.
Okay, well, there'll be time for them as we go along.
Okay.
Anybody else? Thoughts, questions, experiences you want to talk about? Joan. I saw Joan and then Amy.
At the end, when you say the way we usually hold our attention,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
That's usually pretty distracted, you know?
How you normally hold attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not.
Okay.
Well,
Great.
sometimes I'd rather not, you know, like it's nice
Yeah.
to, you know, just be in awareness and
Yeah.
quiet. And so it always makes me kind of chuckle, like we're trying
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
to, you know, be in awareness, etc.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, come back to this distracted attention. And it's like, well, why? You know,
Good point.
I need to pay
Good
my
point.
visa bill and I need to, you
Yeah.
know, get ready for company and I need to do all these things.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, brother, you know.
Yeah. Good
Anyway,
point.
it's just an interesting way to put it,
Yeah.
the way we usually hold our attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but
I get it. It's funny. Thank you. Amy, you had something?
Yeah, I'm trying to do just the light under the door.
Okay.
And my eyes just close. As I'm doing
Okay.
it, my eyes just close. And I like that. I really I like the way my attention seems kind of it's better, it's more when the light is just a little bit, but I can't
Mhm.
get the eyes to stay open. So I'm not sure what to do there.
I'm sorry to say the only way to master that is to keep trying.
Okay.
It's a practice thing. I think when I first learned that I was 18 or 19 years old, and
Oh,
it took me a long time to be able to do it without my eyes would I would wake up.
there.
My eyes had closed. I had fallen asleep. Oh, right, yeah, little light under the door. All right.
Okay.
So it took a while.
Just
So
like everything in this meditation, it's just
yeah,
keep practicing. Keep
yeah,
practicing.
keep practicing.
Yeah, that's life.
It is. Well, friends, it feels like that might be a good place to pause. I had a suggestion that came to mind, and I sort of steered back to the object of attention and let this thought, like, oh, maybe it'll come back to me. I thought, over the weekend we practice together Monday through Friday, so we won't be practicing online tomorrow or Sunday. But I thought, you could do a version of this exercise outside of formal practice. So this is a formal meditation practice. We have a beginning to the session and an end to the session. But you could pick any activity you're doing and just try to hold your attention on what it is you're doing. It could be cooking, it could be going for a walk, it could be doing whatever. You choose something and then just say, like, can I hold my attention there and notice, and it's not so much the attention Olympics. It's like, can I notice when my attention drifts away? When I'm not really in the experience. I love doing this driving. If you have to drive anywhere, it's a really wonderful thing to, like, get in the car, turn it on, don't turn on the radio, or, that's for me, I'm almost always listening to something, right? Music, a podcast, whatever. Like, don't do that. Just drive and notice the road, like, be in the driving, right? I'll also probably go for a walk later. It's like you can choose any activity you want. So it doesn't have to be a special activity. It's like something where you could rest your attention in just the doing of that activity. You could decide that you want to sit in the sun. If you have a sunny window, you can sit in front of and just like, how long can I sit in the sun? And then your attention will go to something else, because that's pretty hard to hold your attention to just sitting in the sun. Bring it back to the sun. So if you feel playful and you want to experiment with that, you could try that. So I'm going to pause to see if anybody else wants to jump in. Amy, it looks like you got something.
Yeah, I just have one more thing. So our practice times are, here I'm in Pacific, so it's 8
It's
o'clock
8 a.m. Pacific. Yes.
Pacific. So that's every morning?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll be
but I-
practicing again on Monday at 8 a.m. your
8
time.
a.m. Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah, like
And then Tuesday at 8 a.m. your time. And the second talk will be Tuesday at 4:15 in the afternoon your time.
right, yeah. I can never make the talks.
Yeah.
An intergenerational choir.
Oh,
Our oldest is 96 and our youngest is 7, and there's about 130 of us.
wow.
So we have a concert coming up. I have to be there.
That sounds very sweet.
Yeah, but
Lovely.
I'm glad that this is always recorded.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, thanks.
Okay. All right, friends. Well, I wish you a happy weekend. I love practicing with you. I was looking forward to this as the morning went along over here. We're now approaching 12:30 on the Atlantic coast. So, good afternoon from Nova Scotia. Good morning to you. Helen, are you raising your hand or just waving goodbye? Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Brian.